So hello, I'm David, and this is Peter. We are developers from Wood & Company. Wood & Company is a gold partner of this event, which is actually and probably the only reason we are here. We'll be talking about the development of an internal software which is critical for our company. Everyone needs it. Nobody really cares about its development and maintenance. In short, no one actually feels like to be its owner.
Short about the company. Wood & Company has two Czech and Slovak owners. It trades on mainly trades on stock exchanges for institutions like insurance companies, funds and investment banks. It employs about 400 people around Europe. It has a medium-sized IT department. We are part of it. And unfortunately, as far as we know, it doesn't have any defined business or development strategy, just pure opportunism.
We are working on replacement of the order management system. It's legacy internal developed back in 2006. The client part is so-called TIC client, built in prehistorical Delphi 7. And the backend part runs on the .NET 3.5, also very archaic. Since then, the technology hasn't been actually upgraded. The system and its database are critical, important to the company. It's slow, crash-prone, and difficult to maintain. It's kept alive by two palliative care workers, and they are doing their best to keep it alive. We have around 10 traders, which are actually the primary users, and another 50 users, they just use it like a view on the data they need for their work.
You can see here the screenshot from the original legacy system. As you can see, it looks something straight out of Windows 95. It's full of confusing error messages and some magical features like click on this empty space somewhere and the context menu will magically appear.
Based on what we said before, we decided to develop a brand new order management system too. Our first commit was made in 2022. We are a team of 3 developers, a UX designer and 1 analyst, or 1.5 analyst, and he's actually emulating the role of the product owner. We are using the latest technologies. We are gradually breaking down the monolithic system into the features that we rewrite into the new one. Both systems need to run in parallel. We need to synchronize data from the old one to the new one. And we started involving a UX designer, whereas previously it was just analysts who made the UX design. And we would like to develop in an agile way. So let's now recap how we align with the famous 12 agile principles, and it will be our small confession. Customer satisfaction. The only customers we hear from are actually the dissatisfied ones. Satisfied customer is just like Mrs. Colombo. Maybe they exist, but we haven't seen them. Yearly and continuous delivery. Yeah, we are ready technically. It is possible. We have CI/CD pipelines. We still need to develop a whole feature. It makes no sense to just release half of it. Valuable software. We are not sure how valuable it is. Nobody told us. Nobody actually told us what would it mean if it doesn't work. But at least it's expensive, so we can just guarantee it will be expensive. But to be positive, we assume that a silent user is a satisfied user, and they are mostly silent.
Our users don't welcome change. They want the same app as the old one, but faster. They don't want a car, they want a faster horse. And that includes the UX, so we even considered using CSS styles so it would look just as a Windows 95 app. We are glad we didn't. If we get requirements, they are really late. That means it's already in production. And if we get any feedback, it's only negative, but as we've heard, a silent user is a satisfied one.
Frequent delivery. Well, we could easily deploy every week. We have automatic deployment through CI/CD pipelines, but still we need to deploy entire modules or business features before deployment. Yeah, otherwise the deployment doesn't make sense.
Can you speak up a little bit? Louder?
Okay, I will try. We also don't have enough testing capacity to retest the application before releasing. Even if we have unit integration and end-to-end test, it's not enough. You still need someone who will test. And if we had to wait for user acceptance tests, we would never deploy. Our users simply don't test because they don't have time. They are traders. On the bright side, our single-click CI/CD pipeline can be used for seamlessly quick release and hotfix even during the trading hours, so which is very beneficial, a new feature we can provide.
Well, the head of trading, that means the head of our users, she doesn't have a time for us. And that means even sprint reviews once every few months are too much, so we don't get any collaboration. And the users also don't reply to emails. That means it's really hard to collaborate. User report bugs with maximum 3 words. This is a 2-word bug report. It means it's crashing, and it's pretty hard to investigate these bugs because we never know what is actually happening. And well, so the keywords up there are together and daily, which we don't really get. Well, we always try to find some positive. So the positive thing is we have time to do the actual programming, which we love, instead of communicating with our users.
Motivated teams. Before the project started, many people actually tried to demotivate us. We heard warnings like, it's suicide project, or many others tried before you, but we were confident that it was doable. And the most important is that we had the support of our CIO and the development department.
As we've heard, the users don't have time for us. And if they magically do, we are constantly interrupted by their work. We cannot get 10 minutes straight with them to keep a team to talk about one thing. And with a combination with no replies to emails and messages, that's a really deadly combination. The positive side is our development team is much better in this communication, so I'm glad that our face-to-face and online communication works really well, at least inside the development team.
Working software. Since there is no user specification and no user requirements, we can't really know if it's truly working software. We only can reverse engineer the old system, but it's not enough, it's crappy. We also don't have a dedicated tester to verify the functionality actually works before we release it. We usually find out the software works from the users in production. And yet, despite all of this, we haven't had any business critical fuck up in the past 2 years?
Well, we got no project deadline, we have no project budget, and we've got no project scope, so we don't know how far we are with the implementation. Well, that means the pace cannot be defined, and the good thing is that means it's sustainable because we can sustain undefined pace indefinitely.
Technical excellence. Well, that's our strongest point, I think. But we can say the same about the users. They consider documentation, user manuals, and testing a waste of time. Even if we didn't aim for technical excellence, it would be hard to be worse than the legacy system. So what's the motivation? The good thing is that we have freedom to use state-of-the-art technologies and architectures, and we do so. And we do so repeatedly, so we actually improve the architecture and the technologies we started to use 2 years before, and now they are even better.
Our application needs to take care of complex processes, and complex processes needs complex solutions. There's a lot of exceptions, a lot of stock exchanges needs their special treatment, and with users' requirements not to throw out any features they don't use and don't know it's there till we asked, but we still have to keep it just in case. So that means it's really hard to keep it simple. However, the good thing is we are making the system from scratch, and without the legacy burden we can untangle the code and the UX as good as we can.
Self-organizing teams. We are like wannabe Scrum, but we are not really Scrum. We have no planning, we have no releases every week or month or whatever. We have no estimation because the users just don't need to care about what will be in the next release. We have no proper retrospective, and we have no sprint goals. But as a result, we have more actual time for development.
As you've seen that we got no communication with the users, we have no way to reflect with them and adjust. So at least we reflect and adjust inside the development team to search and find the workarounds to work and cooperate with the users.
So let's see how to survive in such an environment in this company. First of all, patience. Patience with the users and patience with our colleagues as well.
We are really motivated to overcome all the obstacles and get the job done.
Passion for business. Me personally, I love the business. We can actually help to make more money just by improving reliability and just by improving the system.
We have courage to do stuff and change things. That means we like to bite the lemon and make the lemonade.
Teaching users, we need their time. We need their time to specify the requirements and for their feedback. And we must ask for the time very often.
We are trying to overcome our negative biases in our heads, and as you've seen, we can find something positive on everything.
Extensive logging, actually for protecting ourselves, because the users blame us, the application doesn't work properly, and so we must defend ourselves by showing them what they actually clicked on.
And last but not least, we would like to thank the whole IT department and our CIO, Vladimír Vojtišek, who is with us today.
Here. Please stand up.
The support is appreciated.
Well, and that's actually all from us.
Thank you.